Howdy, it's Kevin with Earth 2 Mastery, one of your top 12.7 favorite Earth 2 YouTubers. And tonight, we try to take over the world. So grab your tissues, because this one might make you cry. I want to go over the Earth 2 security features, how they protect you and I on the site. I think there's some changes that you might not know about yet, and we'll get into those in a minute. So please use my code for your new tile purchases. It's listed down there in the description, probably pinned up there to the top comment. It helps me grow my Earth 2 empire, supports my channel, and I appreciate it. If you're into NFTs, I'm doing some videos on those as well lately. You can check out my art gallery down below. It's really not that great. My art's not that great. I'm working on it. I am interested in doing some stuff. I have a couple ideas for some projects that I can't share because I don't want to get them stolen yet. I'll let you guys know once I start producing them, maybe once they get a little bit of traction. But I've got some really interesting one-of-a-kind pieces planned for the future. I think a meld between reality and digital. I think it could be really cool. Okay, so I've got a winner that I picked from the last Earth 2 video I did. I'll announce that at the end of this video, so stick around and see if you won. All right, so the number one way, we're not going to do these in any order. I'm just saying I'm listing them off 1 through 5, it looks like. I'm not doing them in any kind of order of importance, so take it for what you will. Number 1, they allow us to use credit cards. Now, I know that all of us liked using PayPal. I got in with PayPal originally. Some people don't have credit cards, and so they can't really fund their accounts right now, which it really sucks, and I hope they get it fixed soon. People keep telling them to bring back PayPal. I'm not 100% convinced that they have a choice. I think it's possible that PayPal dropped them because of chargebacks. Sometimes if a merchant has too many chargebacks, they will drop the client that's using them. I feel like it's possible that people were frustrated because they weren't getting their withdrawals quickly enough and were doing chargebacks on PayPal. And so PayPal may have cut off Earth 2. I don't know if that's just speculation. I don't know. I haven't heard any devs say that, but I do think it's a possibility. However, they're still allowing credit cards. There are some places where you can only deposit with crypto. Okay, with crypto, you have no protections. But with PayPal, you had protections. With credit cards, you have protections because you do have chargeback capabilities. You can dispute charges. So if for some reason they charge your card 3-4 times, you could get that money back. And that's why I see that as being protective of you. It looks like they're also adding Apple Pay. So maybe you can pay with Apple if you have an iPhone, even if you don't have credit cards. Maybe you have something hooked up to Apple Pay like your bank account, and then you can pay that way. So that's a pretty awesome advantage to having Apple Pay on there. And it's not set up on mine because I never set up Apple Pay on my laptop. So when I go into the account, it just says, we see you don't have Apple Pay set up. So even though I have an Apple laptop, Apple Pay is not set up, but I see that it is available. Another way that they are protecting us, but it doesn't seem like they are, is their long withdrawal process. And one of the reasons why I say they're protecting us that way is that part of the process is that they're going through and double checking and validating and making sure that all the transactions on the app were legit before they pay out that money. And so they're finding people that were taking advantage of other players, stealing their land, hacking into their accounts and getting their land given to them from the back end. So even though it's frustrating that there's a long withdrawal process and a lot of people are crying a lot about it, you got your tissues. Okay, a lot of people are crying a lot about it because they didn't understand how long the withdrawal process would be, because nobody did, because there was like a buttload of people that got in, 250 to 300,000 in just a couple months, and now the people are overwhelmed. But part of that process is that they're protecting you and I. They're making sure that somebody didn't steal our land and steal our money and then get away with it scot-free. So they are protecting us that way. Then it took them a little bit longer than I think it should have, but they did introduce two-factor authentication. Some people are worried that they'll get permanently locked out of their account. All I can say is print off those extra codes and keep them. in case your authenticator gets lost or your phone gets lost or something like that, that you'll still have those backup codes so you can get into your account and you don't lose your land. Obviously, that was a concern for me as well. I did try to reach out to one of the devs and asked them, hey, what if the authenticator fails? And they basically just blew me off and said that the authenticator can't fail. But I do feel like that's a concern. There should be some way that they can work with you to get you back into your account, even if the authenticator doesn't work for you at some point in time. I couldn't get them to commit to that, so I'm not going to say that they will, but make sure you print out those authentication codes. Personally, I would prefer to run the risk of me screwing up and losing access to my account rather than having somebody hack into my account and steal my land like I saw was happening. So two-factor authentication is a way that they are protecting us. I feel like it would be nearly impossible for somebody to hack into your account as long as you've got two-factor authentication turned on, because you need that authenticator and that algorithm to give you the code to get into the app. Another way, a newer way that they had protected us from people that were scamming us in the marketplace, in the secondhand marketplace, is that they put a time limit on editing properties. If you weren't around or didn't experience it or see it for yourself, what was happening is people were listing properties for sale at a penny in the marketplace, but they kept switching it back and forth between a penny and some obscene amount for the tile. Say the tile was worth $1. They'd be listing it for a penny and switching it back and forth, listing it for a penny or $10, a penny, $10, penny, $10. And what would happen is you would click on it when it was a penny, but you would wind up paying $10 for the property. This did happen to me one time because the app wasn't keeping up with the changes. And so when I verified it, it verified for a penny, but then it charged me multiple dollars for this one tile. It wasn't that big of a deal because it was only one tile, but what if somebody had put $150 or $200? It could have been a significant loss. So I think that they could have fixed that another way. I feel like they should have just had the cart ready, and when you went to check out, if something had changed, they would notify you, hey, this is price and something, the price of something in your cart has changed, kind of like Amazon does for us. And then you would have the opportunity to confirm it again. But the way they decided to do it was that you couldn't modify your property more than once every 10 minutes. It's perfectly fine, except for those poor people that make typos and then wind up selling their property too cheap because they can't edit it right away. And then it's just sitting out there on the marketplace for people who are using snipers and bots to purchase these properties. Now, the devs have said that they don't mind if you're cruising around looking for good deals. They don't even mind if you're scraping the site for information, and that feeds a lot of the external sites that are analytics sites and marketplace sites where you can have extra filters and stuff. So I'm glad that they're able to do that as well. But they have said that they're not happy about having bots. And so I would imagine they're going to do something about that soon. Okay, and the fifth and final way that I'm going to say that they protect us is that they now have changed to where there's no offers below 30% of recent land sale values. This is something people have been asking for to get rid of what they've been calling the penny pirates, where people offer a penny for a piece of property, or in their name, they've got a name that says like, George offered $1 billion instead of 1 penny, or whatever they were doing. We see all those names. Those people get their accounts frozen, but they just seem to pop up with new ones and pop up with new ones. And then they go around offering a penny with that kind of name that makes them look really scammy. And so they've made it so that you can't offer less than 30% of the recent land sales. What this does, and one of the reasons why I said this video might make us cry, is that it gets rid of the penny land giveaways. So I can't really do penny land giveaways anymore because of that rule, because people aren't going to be able to bid a penny where I can give them away the land. So hopefully pretty soon they just have a gifting option where I can gift people land whenever I have enough money to give a little piece of land away. But for now, I'm going to have to suspend the land giveaways. What I did for the last winner, because I had said there was going to be a winner and I didn't want to not follow through on that, is I just made a purchase on some land on their code because they had left their code before. So they got a purchase made on their code, which was actually more valuable than the tiles that I was giving away anyway. So they kind of lucked out on that. Now they get to pick where they want tiles. But I'm going to have to wait and do giveaways not so often, or use people's codes not so often, because I don't have enough money to purchase land every day. So I'm not going to be able to, I was buying tiles, and I'd buy like $5 worth of tiles at a time, and then I'd just give away one a day. But I can't be buying, $30, $40, $50 worth of land a day, because I just don't have that much money. So I'm going to have to save up and do one every once in a while for you guys. So hopefully you'll still make comments and like the videos to help the algorithm. But I wanted to let you know what was going on with that. So today, San Marino is going off. The heat map is glowing. There's people talking about it all over social media. The tiles are still inexpensive. It's class 2. It's in a good area. It's San Marino, SanMarino. And I bought some land there today. I was saving all the money I could to buy when it opens up. But with all the stuff going on with San Marino, I just had to get some. And so, like I said before, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't tell you what to do, but I could tell you what I would tell my great aunt Gertrude to do. I'd tell her, Gag, that's what I call her, is Gag. I'd say, Gag, go get some San Marino tiles. So, Gag, go get some San Marino tiles, and make sure you use my code when you do. But I bought those tiles in San Marino. I had a little over $30 that I spent there, and I spent that on PredaKing24's code because he had left a comment down below, and the random comment generator picked you. So congratulations, PredaKing. I hope you can go into your transactions and see that you got some money from that purchase that I made there. And hopefully you guys are my neighbors there in San Marino. Feel free to look up my profile and come and join me there. There's a few empty spots right next to me. I tried to get snuggled in between some land that was already purchased. That way, when there's development around me, it helps with my foot traffic, because we all know foot traffic is the number one resource in Earth 2. Number one resource. I don't care about the leaks the other day, the little blue dots that tell you where asbestos is, the little blue dots that tell you where gold is. We all know foot traffic is the number one resource. And we know that because they already have the advertisements scattered all around, and you need to have people to see the advertisements. The devs have already told us that foot traffic is number one. And so foot traffic is number one. Remember that whenever you buy your tiles, snuggle up next to other people so that you can get foot traffic from them. Snuggle up to big cities so you get the foot traffic that's already there. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night.